Hey everyone, welcome to Talkez English. I'm Mizu. This is the place where we learn simple English. Real English you can actually use in real life, not just in textbooks. Not fast English, not perfect English, just English that feels natural and comfortable.
Hey everyone, I'm Lucas. Welcome back, English learners from all around the world. Wherever you're watching from, your room, a cafe, on the bus, or after a long day, we're really glad you're here.
Before we start today, let's slow down for a second. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, take a gentle breath in and out. You don't need to rush. You don't need to be perfect.
Yeah, learning English doesn't have to feel stressful. It doesn't have to feel like pressure, exams, or red marks on paper. Because English isn't only for tests or work emails. We don't only use English to sound smart or professional. We use English to talk about our lives. Learning English can actually feel good.
To share stories.
To talk about our feelings.
And to talk about our culture, where we come from, and what matters to us.
And that's really important, especially when you're speaking with people from different countries. Sometimes the grammar is okay, the vocabulary is okay, but the feeling doesn't come out.
You know what you want to say in your heart, but in English, the words feel stuck.
So today, we want to change that feeling. We want English to feel a little softer, a little warmer, a little more human.
And today's topic is perfect for that, because it's not just about language, it's about meaning. We're going to talk about Lunar New Year, not in a textbook way, not with long, complicated explanations, but in a way you can actually use when you talk to real people.
Friends, coworkers, classmates, people who ask you simple questions like, what is Lunar New Year?
Or, why is it so important to you?
Or even, how do people celebrate it where you're from?
You already know the answers. You just need the English that feels natural enough to carry those feelings.
So today, don't worry about being perfect.
Just listen.
Feel the rhythm.
And let English come to you step by step.
Because English isn't only for exams or work emails. We use English to talk about our lives, our feelings, and our culture.
Lucas, quick question. How's life these days? Work, study, everything?
Pretty busy, honestly. Lots of small things, lots of plans. My days feel full, from morning to night. But lately, something feels a little different.
Different how?
People around me are talking more about family, about going home, about starting fresh. Even in simple conversations, on the train, at work, online, you hear the same words again and again.
Yeah, I feel that too. My days are busy as well. Messages, schedules, responsibilities. But there's this warm feeling in the air. It's quiet, but it's there.
Almost like a pause.
Exactly. And that's when I realized this time of year is really special for so many people, not just because of a holiday, but because of what people are thinking about.
Family.
Home.
New beginnings.
Letting go of the old year.
And hoping the next one will be better.
So let me ask you, and everyone watching, something very simple.
But also very real.
Have you ever stopped and thought, how do I talk about Lunar New Year in English?
You understand it deeply. You feel it. You live it.
But when someone asks you in English, what is Lunar New Year, you pause.
Not because you don't know, but because the words don't come easily.
You know what it means in your heart, the memories, the family meals, the journey home.
The hope, the quiet promise of a new start.
But in English, you suddenly think, how do I say this naturally?
How do I explain it without making it sound strange?
How do I share the feeling, not just the facts?
And that moment, that pause, is exactly why we made this lesson.
Because Lunar New Year isn't just information, it's emotion.
And today, we want to help you turn that emotion into simple, natural English.
Because Lunar New Year isn't just a holiday.
It's about family.
It's about hope.
It's about new beginnings.
And many countries celebrate it, in different ways, but with similar feelings.
So today, we're not here to memorize big words or long explanations.
We're here to learn how to talk about Lunar New Year in simple, comfortable, real-life English.
English you can use with foreign friends, at work, or in everyday conversations.
Simple sentences, real feelings. English that connects people. Music fades in and out. Mizu, one question people ask every single year is, why is Lunar New Year on a different day again? Yes, every year. And the short answer is actually very simple.
Lunar New Year follows a different calendar.
Most of us use the solar calendar, also called the Gregorian calendar.
That's the calendar we use for work, school, meetings, and daily life.
January, February, March, those dates stay the same every year.
But Lunar New Year follows the lunar calendar, which is based on the moon.
A lunar month follows the moon's cycle, from new moon to full moon and back again.
Because of that, a lunar year is a little shorter than a solar year.
And that's why the date changes every year.
So it's not random.
It's just following a different system.
If you want to explain this in simple English, you can say, Lunar New Year follows the lunar calendar. The date changes because it's based on the moon.
Clear, natural, easy to understand.
So, after understanding the date and the calendar, the next question feels very natural. Why does Lunar New Year matter so much to people?
For most people, it's actually not about the calendar at all. It's not about numbers, it's not about dates, it's about family. But lately, something feels a little different.
It's one of the rare times in the year when everyone really tries to go home, even if they live far away, even if life is busy, even if work and study never seem to stop.
Some people save money for months just for that journey.
Long bus rides,
Long flights,
crowded trains,
heavy traffic.
tired bodies.
But people still go because starting the year together feels important.
There's a feeling that if you can be with your family at the beginning of the year, everything feels a little more stable, a little more hopeful.
And during this time, respect becomes very visible.
Respect for parents,
For grandparents,
for elders.
for ancestors, the people who came before us.
It's a way of saying thank you, not only with words, but with actions.
By showing up, by visiting, by sitting together, by listening.
It's also a time to remember where you come from, even if your life now is very different, even if you live in another city or another country.
Lunar New Year gently connects the past and the present. It reminds people of their roots.
So in that way, it's also about letting go of the old year.
Yes, yes, saying goodbye to the good moments and also to the difficult ones. The mistakes, the stress, the things that didn't go as planned.
It's like closing a door, not with anger, but with understanding.
And then opening a new one, quietly, with hope.
That's why homes feel different around this time.
They feel warmer, busier, full of voices,
More conversations,
more shared meals,
more laughter.
and sometimes a little noise, too.
But it's a good kind of noise, the kind that reminds you that you're not alone.
Many people also believe that the beginning of the year is very special.
They believe how the year starts can affect how the rest of the year goes.
So people try to begin the year with kind words, with good intentions, with positive energy,
They hope for good luck
good health.
and happiness for themselves and the people they love.
That's why you often hear very simple sentences during Lunar New Year.
Sentences like, "It's a time to start fresh."
Or, how the year begins really matters.
The English is simple
But the meaning is deep.
because Lunar New Year isn't just a holiday,
It's a moment,
a pause,
a chance to breathe,
to reconnect.
and to begin again with a little more hope than before.
Soft pause. When people hear Lunar New Year, many think it's celebrated in only one country.
But actually, it's celebrated in many countries.
Vietnam calls it Tet.
China often calls it the Spring Festival.
South Korea celebrates Salal.
Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, and parts of Indonesia celebrate it too.
And it doesn't stop in Asia.
In cities like San Francisco and New York, there are huge Lunar New Year parades.
London's celebration around Chinatown and Trafalgar Square brings hundreds of thousands of people together.
Paris and Sydney also host vibrant festivals full of food, music, and tradition.
Different places,
Different styles.
but very similar feelings. Family, connection, new beginnings. Let's talk about Vietnam for a moment. When people talk about Lunar New Year in Vietnam, what do they usually call it?
They call it Tet, and in Vietnam, Tet isn't just important, it's the most important holiday of the year.
What makes Tet feel so special?
The first thing you notice is that everything slows down. Life pauses, schedules become quieter, and attention turns towards one place, home.
Toward family.
Exactly. Before Tet arrives, people begin preparing days or even weeks in advance, and one of the most meaningful preparations is cleaning the house.
Not just normal cleaning.
Right, it's careful cleaning, almost like clearing space, not only in the house, but in the heart. People want to leave the old year behind. Dust, clutter, worries, everything.
So cleaning becomes symbolic.
Yes, it's a way of saying, I'm ready for a new beginning.
And decorating is a big part of Tet too, right?
Very much so. Homes are filled with fresh flowers, potted trees, bright colors, and traditional decorations. You see symbols of luck everywhere.
And it's not only inside the house.
Exactly. The streets change, markets become colorful and lively, neighborhoods feel brighter.
So it's not just a family feeling.
It's a national feeling. The whole country feels like it's breathing together.
Family gatherings are really at the center of everything during Tet.
Yes, people come home, they sit together, they share meals, they talk about the past year and the year ahead.
Sometimes they laugh.
Sometimes they stay quiet, but just being together matters.
Family also plays an important role during Tet, right?
Yes, especially on the first days of the new year. Many people wear traditional Vietnamese clothing like áo dài.
It looks beautiful.
It does. Families often wear matching áo dài, take photos together, and visit relatives and loved ones. It's a way of showing respect for tradition, for family, and for the moment.
And food during Tet is more than just food.
Absolutely. Food carries memory, history, meaning.
So what foods do people often talk about during Tet?
Two very important foods are bang chung and bang zai.
They're deeply symbolic, right?
Yes, bang chung is square and represents the earth. Bang zai is round and represents the sky. Together, they express gratitude to nature, respect for ancestors, and the hope for balance and peace in life.
So the food itself tells a story.
Exactly. And making these foods together is often a family activity. Older generations teach younger ones, stories are shared, traditions are passed on.
And what about lucky money?
Lucky money is another important part of Tet. Adults give lucky money to children to wish them good health, happiness, and good fortune for the new year.
And visiting elders is very important too.
Yes, visiting parents, grandparents, and elders is a way to show respect. People offer New Year wishes and hope for health and longevity.
So if learners want to talk about Tet in simple English, what can they say?
They can say things like, in Vietnam, we call Lunar New Year Tet. Family time is the most important part of Tet.
It's a time to go home and start fresh,
Simple sentences.
but full of feeling.
And before we move on, we want to say something special.
To our Vietnamese learners watching, we wish you a year full of good luck, good health, and prosperity. May your Tet be warm, peaceful, and full of love.
So when you talk about Lunar New Year in English, remember, you're not just explaining a holiday.
You're sharing a story, a feeling, a moment,
English becomes the bridge between cultures.
different traditions.
One shared hope for a new beginning.
Thanks for learning with us.
See you in the next lesson.